Hi there, this video is a little bit different as I was asked by one of my channel viewers, Federico, to analyse one of his triple jumps. So in the following we're going to take a look at his technique, break it down and compare it to some of the athletes in my group where they perhaps get slightly better positions so Federico can improve. At first glance things don't look too bad. Good sprinting posture in preparation for takeoff and a good drive away from the board. However, look closely now and you'll see that he's rotating out of the screen, as it were, on his landing into the step. This will throw him off balance as he goes into the jump phase. He's literally twisting again away from his direction. Therefore, he's going to lose forward momentum into the pit and distance will be lost. This is another video sent in by Federico. Perhaps the main problem with the technical application in this jump is the up and down nature of the phases. He's tending not to get enough forward velocity, probably a consequence of not preparing adequately for the contacts between the phases. Here, in the hop takeoff, he's not extending his knee and holding it long enough in order to get a full push and drive off of the takeoff. Then in the step he's bouncing upwards rather than going forwards. Back to the first example again, and it's the rotation that causes him to lose his balance, together with a little bit of the up and down motion. So what should Federico be working on? Here's one of my athletes, Jonathan, and extending off the board is crucial in delaying the contacts for the other phases. So it's about moving the hip as well as lifting the hip and waiting for the ground to come to you, and then creating what they call negative momentum by pulling the foot back on ground contact. This comparison between Federico and Jonathan going from step to jump will really show the way that Federico twists, whereas Jonathan manages to maintain his forward velocity and therefore gets better contact and movement into the jump. I also think that Federico could be a lot more positive with his takeoff and his arm action. It needs to be much more punchy. Compare it here to Jonathan coming off a full run-up. We've really been working on Jonathan's transition off of the board over the winter season and getting his arms to move further in front of him before they lift. This will extend his drive off of the board, and perhaps this is something that Federico should also include in his training. Another example of a drill that we've been doing, and you note the extension off of the board and then the elongated leg below the body before the hopping leg makes contact. This is something that Federico actually does pretty well, and it's a vital skill to have if you want to optimize your triple jumping. I also think that Federico could benefit from creating more leg speed going into the hop, and these low hurdle drills will help that. Although his running technique is pretty good, he needs more frequency into the takeoff, which will create greater speed and greater positive contact with the ground. As usual, thanks for listening and do subscribe to the channel and good luck with your training and competitions.